Hello dear students, good morning everyone. This is the fourth lecture of class 9th physics related to second chapter, that is force and laws of motion. In this lecture today we will discuss about Newton's law of motion. And Newton's law of motion here consisting three parts: Newton's first law, Newton's second law and Newton's third law. We will discuss about first, second and third law in details. So step by step, first Newton's first law. Newton's law of motion. This is class 9th subject physics and chapter 2, that is force and laws of motion. And in force and laws of motion, this is the third lecture completed and now this is fourth lecture. So in this lecture Newton's laws of motion. Why Newton gives this law? Because with the help of this law, whenever body is in motion, then following conditions always followed by the three statement that is given by Newton, either moving from left to right or right to left, no matter. Whenever moving along straight line, then follow the Newton's law of motion. And your first law, that is law of inertia. First law of motion, and this one law also known as law of inertia. Why this one law also known as law of inertia? Because in the statement of Newton's first law, the concept that is utilized, that is related to inertia. That's why this one also known as law of inertia. So Newton's first law of motion here. First of all listen, then I will write. Whenever a body is in rest condition, then wants to remains in rest, and when a body is in moving condition, then also wants to remains in moving condition, and when the body moving along a straight line, then also wants to moving along the same straight line unless an external force is not applied. It means here three conditions: either rest or moving or along a straight line direction moving. So concept of rest, concept of motion and concept of direction, because we are discussed earlier in previous lecture 3, inertia having three types: inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction. So all three concepts utilized in first law of motion given by Newton. That's why this one, Newton's first law of motion, also known as what? Law of inertia. So statement of this one, very easy. When a body is in rest, then wants to remains rest and when a body is moving along a straight line, then also wants to moving along same straight line, unless an external force is not applied. This is the concept of Newton's first law. Here all three concepts are utilizing in single statement: concept of rest, concept of moving, and concept of direction. When body is in rest, then wants to remain in rest, and when body is in moving, then also wants to remain in moving condition. But whenever moving in straight line, then also wants to moving along the same straight line. But when we applied external force, then the condition of the body will be changed. I think initially when body is in rest and when we applied force, then body starts moving, and if body is in moving condition, then after applying force, external force, body speed will be changed. Either speed decreases or body becomes what, rest, or speed increases. Any one case can be happen on behalf of the condition of applying force. And the last one, suppose body is in straight line movement, then after applying force we can change the direction of moving body. So all three cases, that is the concept of the previous inertia concept, that is rest condition, motion condition, and direction condition. All three conditions utilizing Newton's first law. That's why this is also known as what, law of inertia. So after this, Newton's second law, very important, and we will discuss about Newton's second law and derive also formula. Newton's second law of motion. And this one law also known as law of force. Law of force. Why this one having another name, law of force? Because by using this concept we will derive a formula for force. That's why this one also known as law of force. This is about the statement. What is the statement? Very simple and very conceptual statement. The statement of this one, second law, I just explained in starting in the definition of force, or in just earlier in the definition of momentum. And momentum here, that is the physical quantity which gives the concept of force. So that concept of momentum is utilized here in the explanation of Newton's second law. Listen very carefully. The rate of change of momentum, and here rate, which type of rate? That is time rate. The time rate of change of momentum of a moving body is directly proportional to applied force. Listen again. The time rate of change of momentum of a moving body is directly proportional to applied force. Very easy concept, and just this concept it is utilized in deriving the formula in simple way. We will explain each and everything. First of all, statement: the time rate of change of momentum, the time rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to applied force. Very simple statement. The time rate, it means divided by time. What? Factor divided by time, that is change in momentum. Whenever change in momentum divided by time, then we obtain what? The concept of force. So that is about statement in mathematical way. F directly proportional to dp upon dt. Here the concept of dp. dp means p2 minus p1 under condition del t tends 0, then dp upon dt obtained. Here p2 minus p1, that is very short change in momentum. Whenever very short change in momentum, then in time interval also very short change, then the factor will be, that is change in momentum, p2 minus p1 upon t2 minus t1 becomes what? dp upon dt. And this one, that is what? Rate of change of momentum. So in physics, always remember, whenever a proportional symbol replaced, then a constant term is used. So F is equal to k ddt and the value of p, that is mv. Since p is equal to mv, we are knowing from the definition, concept and measurement concept of momentum means what? Momentum is measured by the product of mass and velocity. Here mass constant term, so k, m and dv upon dt. dv upon dt means what? Rate of change of velocity. And rate of change of velocity means, that is acceleration. So put k is equal to 1, k is equal to 1, and when we just put k is equal to 1, then F is equal to ma. This is the formula for force. That's why this one statement or law of motion, that is given by Newton, also known as what? Law of force. We obtain what? Formula F is equal to ma. Here ddt of v means what? Rate of change of velocity. You are knowing rate of change of velocity means what? That is acceleration. So put k is equal to 1, then F is equal to ma. Very simple definition and derivation also. Then after this, the last one, that is Newton's third law. And Newton's third law, class 9 concept. Only when the statement and mathematical formula is given. Newton's third law of motion. This one law also known as action reaction law. Action reaction law. According to this, to every action, listen about this statement, this is always occurs in real life. When you just do better for anyone, then you will obtain also better from that side for yourself. It means as you perform, that you obtain. So it means carrying anything regarding in universe, we are just performing anything in universe, then the universe will what? Provide you the same thing in same quantity. So here the statement of action reaction means what? To every action there is always equal and opposite reaction. To every action there is always equal and opposite reaction. Here action means that is force, and reaction means what? Also a force. So if action force representing by F1 and reaction force representing by F2, then F1 is equal to minus F2. Here F1 means action force and F2 means reaction force. So all three laws that is given by Newton are very very important. You will learn by writing either one or two times. When you just write down the statement, then that statement will be learned very easily. And simple statement: to every action there is always equal and opposite reaction. This law is 100% applicable in your real life. Or you say that in this universe this law always happen. And when you just apply force on any object, in the case of heating, then you will also observe that object will strike you in the same way with equal magnitude, but the force will be in reverse direction, that is in opposite sense. That's why here F1 vector is equal to what? Minus F2. Force means what? Vector quantity, and a minus sign means only when the direction concept is opposite. So these three laws you will learn out and try to solve out the numerical based on this. If any problem, then you can ask. So thank you so much for this. Have a nice day.